What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Wager Zone podcast, and we're going to be getting into this UFC fight night. Umar Nurmagomedov taking on Corey Sandhagen, and this fight's going to be held in Abu Dhabi, so it's going to be a really early card. I'm located in California, so this card's going to be on at 9 a.m. for me. Wherever you're located, it's going to be an early card for wherever you're at. Unless you're in Abu Dhabi or you're listening from the UK, then you actually got this card perfectly prime time for you guys. But yeah, guys, we're coming off of a really good day on PFL. We went 3-1. Our LFA bets actually went kind of like south, to be honest. But overall, we actually had a positive day because we put the money right where exactly we were at. We didn't put the money in different spots, and we went to exactly where we actually kind of liked putting the money. We didn't go and bet on anything like. I would say like a lot of the LFA cards we put like smaller wagers, nothing like too crazy. But in the PFL we were just really confident, so we actually put a lot of money on that. If you guys ever just want to know like how the unit sizes are going on each bet, follow the Instagram page. It's going to be the_wager_zone, and yeah, just give me a DM and I'll let you know how the unit plays go out, so you guys can just figure out how much money I'm putting on every single bet. But alright, guys, let's get into this UFC card. It's going to be the first fight. It's going to be Cedric Dumas versus Dennis. I think it's Turlin. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. But yeah, honestly, I'm not going to sugarcoat with this shit. Honestly, I don't like Cedric Dumas. I call him Cedric a dumbass because he's a fucking dumbass. Honestly, he's a wife beater. He got caught with domestic violence a couple times, and I don't know what the UFC actually still has this guy around. He's not that good of a fighter. In my opinion, he doesn't really do too much. I might be a hater at this point, but I don't really think he's going to do too much in this. And someone with Dennis Turlin, I think he has a way better striking than him, and I think this fight is going to come out to a striking battle. The only way I see Cedric Dumbass winning this fight is if he gets the fight to the floor. If he actually takes him down to the floor and he holds Dennis Turlin to the floor, then he possibly could win that way. But with Dumas or Dumbass, I'm just going to call him Dumbass, guys. You're going to hear me say it over time. But Cedric Dumbass, I don't think he's going to be able to get the fight to the floor. I think he's going to be keep this fight standing. I don't think his grappling is going to be too good. I think Dennis, if there are some takedown shots, I think he's going to be able to keep this fight standing. And yeah, he's a plus 185 underdog at the moment, and I think that's a great line. I don't see how Cedric Dumbass is actually a big favorite like this. If you're telling me that he's going to win a fight by taking this fight to the floor and that's his key to victory, give me the underdog all day, in my opinion, especially if I think he's a better striker. So that's going to be the first bet of the day, guys. First bet of the day is going to be a underdog, and this whole card's greasy, guys. A lot of the lines are close, so we're going to have a lot of different bets, so hopefully we are on the good side of them. But the first bet of the day is going to be an underdog play at a plus 185. We're taking Dennis Turlin to actually beat Cedric Dumbasses. Alright, guys, get into this next one. This is actually a really close fight. It's going to be Herbert taking on Rolando Bedoya. And yeah, the bet we're going to be making on this, where I just noticed the bookie I use, they just started adding spreads to MMA fights, and right now the spread for Rolando Bedoya is actually at a plus 3.5. So if you guys wanted me to explain how the spreads go, it basically goes down to the final scorecard. So basically, when someone's a 3.5 favorite, as long as all three judges don't see it as a 30-27 and all three judges see it as a 29-28 to where Rolando Bedoya actually wins a round, all we need him to do is win a round and we win our bet. He's a minus 170 to keep the fight within 3.5 points on the judges' scorecards, and I think that's what we're going to roll with. I do think Rolando Bedoya actually has a chance to win this fight, but I don't have the balls to actually go and take the plus money bet on him. That would be another underdog, a live underdog bet I would be saying is Rolando Bedoya, but the bet we're going to be making for that fight, we're going to be taking the spread, the plus 3.5 on Rolando Bedoya. I do think this is going to be a close fight. I think this fight could come down to a split decision or even just a 29-28 where Herbert pulls off very close decision. So yeah, for the bet this one, we're taking the spread plus 3.5. Next one is going to be Victoria Dudakova taking on Sam Hughes, and I'm not going to take too much on this fight. I'm going to be placing a small wager. It's not going to be too much of an investment, but I'm going to be placing a small wager on Victoria Dudakova, mainly because I'm going to be fading Sam Hughes. I think Sam Hughes is very slow. Her takedowns are very telegraphed. Her hands are not really all the way there, and a lot of people are hating on Dudakova, but I actually think Dudakova is actually going to be a decent prospect where she's going to be a top 10 fighter. I think Sam Hughes is way past their prime. I don't know why she's actually in the UFC still. I think she actually got dropped from the UFC and signed back just for this fight. But I do think Dana White is just doing this just to give Dudakova a tough fight to see where she's at. And I do think Dudakova is going to actually pull out a victory in this one. I do see Dudakova probably win this fight by decision. If you guys want some bets for this fight, it's going to be Dudakova by decision or Dudakova money line, whichever you guys want to take it. But I do see this fight going to decision. I'm not going to be having too much of an investment in it, but yeah, I'm taking into this next fight. It's going to be another underdog that we're going to be taking. This fight's going to be Guram Kutalaze taking on Jordan Vucenic. We're going to be on the Jordan Vucenic side. If you guys watched our Cage Warriors breakdown a couple weeks ago, we actually took him in one of our parlays. He was a big heavy favorite in that card, but he went and got a submission in like the first minute of the fight. And this guy, I think he's actually legit. Like, I've watched a few of his fights on Cage Warriors. I think this guy's actually really good. I think he has great takedowns. I think he has good submissions, and his hands are pretty decent. And someone like Kutalaze, I don't think he's going to be able to keep the fight standing, and I can see this fight ending in submission with Jordan Vucenic. He's one of the underdogs that I actually think it's actually a really high live underdog that I actually think that I'm going to be taking a decent shot on him. He's a plus 200 underdog, but I do think he has all the skills to win this fight. He's coming in on short notice, but he's not going to be cutting that much weight because he just fought a couple weeks ago, and he did miss weight going into that fight. So it's not like he's going to be coming in cutting a whole bunch of weight. In this fight, he made weight for the fight. So I'm going to be on the Jordan Vucenic side, and it's going to be an underdog, and I'm actually pretty confident in this underdog. So alright guys, get into this next fight. It's going to be the first leg of a two-leg parlay that I'm going to be putting together. It's going to be Shamil Gaz taking on Dontel Mays. And for this fight, the first leg of the parlay, we're going to be taking Shamil Gaziev. I'm just going to be real quick with it. I am not a fan of Dontel Mays. I think Dontel Mays is probably the top 3 worst heavyweight inside the UFC. I don't think he's going to be in the UFC very long. I think he is like not a good fighter at all. I think he's going to make his way to the PFL soon, and they'll probably sign him, and he'll probably go get knocked out in the PFL soon. But yeah, on this fight, we're going to be taking Gaziev. I'm pretty confident in this parlay, but it's going to be the first leg of the parlay. Guys, this is going to be the second leg of the parlay. This fight's going to be Muhammad Yaya taking on, I think it's Kyle Fernandez. And we're going to be taking Fernandez to win this fight. Muhammad Yaya is the champion over there in UAE Warrior, and he is not a good fighter at all. I think the only reason why he's in the UFC is just to give these Abu Dhabi fans someone that they could cheer for, that they're used to have seen a familiar face. I don't think Fernandez is really that good of a fighter either, but I think he's way better than Yaya. Yaya fought Trevor Peek last time and got taken down 4 times. Like, that's all I got to say. Trevor Peek does not have any wrestling whatsoever. Trevor Peek is not technical whatsoever, and he literally just took him down 4 times and dominated him. So Fernandez, all you have to do is go out there and just not be horrible. Like, you might be fighting the worst fighter in the whole entire UFC. So go out there, win this fight, cash this 2-leg parlay, and yeah, I'm pretty confident in this. So yeah, let's go out there and cash this two-leg parlay, guys. Let's get into this next one. It's going to be Alonzo Manfield taking on I think it's Murzakanov. We're going to be on Murzakanov on this one. I think Murzakanov is going to have the heavier hands. I think he's going to have the all-around technical skills. I think this is going to be a very low-output fight all the way until Murzakanov knocks out Alonzo Manfield. I think he hits really hard. It's someone like Alonzo Manfield that doesn't really move his head that much and just really stiff. I think Murzakanov going to sleep him with one of those hard shots, a flying knee, just something crazy. I feel like it's going to be like a one-shot sleep knockout. I'm going to be placing a bet on Murzakanov. I'm pretty confident in him beating Alonzo Manfield. I'm not a big fan of Alonzo Manfield, so yeah, I'm taking Murzakanov. I think he gets a knockout in the first. Alright guys, in this one we got a really close fight. I do not know if I'm going to be betting this fight yet. I'm still on the fence if I'm going to be betting it. I feel like it's going to come down to how we're doing in the UFC card. Like, if we were winning all our bets in the UFC card, it's like, what? You might as well just throw some money on this to keep it going. But yeah, I'm not sure which way we're going to go yet. This fight's going to be Joel Alvarez taking on Elvis Brenner. I think both of these guys are dogs. They're both not really the highest level fighters, but they both are dogs. They both like to fight. And this fight's going to come down to who has the more of a gas tank, who's more of a dog, who can put the output out there. And I'm going to be on the Joel Alvarez side, guys. I think Joel Alvarez is going to put the output out there. He probably mixes some takedowns, throw a lot of combinations. he has submission victories, guys. He has knockout victories. This guy just always finishes his fights. Like either he gets finished or he finishes the fight. And Elvis Brenner is another one that's just a dog that likes to keep coming forward. So this might be another fight that goes to decision and is really close. Like I said, I don't know which way I'm gonna be betting this fight yet. I don't even know if I'm gonna place a bet on this fight. But as of right now, I think I'm gonna take Joel Alvarez, but that could change. Check out the description and you will see if I'm gonna be placing a bet on Joel Alvarez. And yeah, guys, I'm not sure. This is gonna be a very close fight. And this fight is going to be Mackenzie Dern taking on Lupita Godinez, and I'm going to tell you guys right now, I am fully biased. I am a huge Mackenzie Dern fan, so I'm going to be betting Mackenzie Dern. I thought she beat Amanda Lemos last time. I know she got beat up the fight before against Jessica Andrade, but against Amanda Lemos, I thought it was a really close fight, but I thought she won. I know you guys are going to say that, oh, the damage, and she lost the fight, or whatever. She had the ground control. She was throwing submissions. I thought she won the fight, guys, in my opinion. But now she's fighting Lupita Godinez, and my head tells me Lupita Godinez is a better wrestler. She's a better boxer. She should be able to keep this fight standing up and probably outbox Mackenzie Dern and win the decision, but Lupita Godinez is one of those fighters that just puts himself in bad situations every time. Like, her fight IQ is not there. She's like the Michael Chandler of women's MMA. Like, she doesn't do what she should be doing. And Mackenzie Dern is the exact opposite. For some reason, Mackenzie Dern gets herself in those positions where you don't think she's going to get herself in that position, and she does. So, I think I'm going to be taking Mackenzie Dern to win this fight. I think she can win this fight either decision or she can get a submission probably in the second or third round after Godinez gasses out. I don't think Godinez has a good gas tank, in my opinion, and I think if this fight comes down to who's more of a dog, everybody knows Mackenzie Dern is a dog. She's going to keep coming forward. So, like I said, guys, this might be the last time I'm going to be able to bet Mackenzie Dern in the UFC. If she goes out here and loses to Lupita Godinez, that's 3 in a row that she's lost, and I don't know where she's going to go from here, but I think she's going to win this fight. I think she's going to end up getting the ground control and probably getting a submission in the second or third round. But yeah, like I said, guys, I am really biased. I'm a huge Mackenzie Dern fan, and I'm not going to be taking too long in this breakdown, but I'm not going to be putting too much money on it, but I'm going to be putting money on it, guys, and don't kill me, but I'm going with Tony Ferguson. You're going to give me two guys that haven't won a fight in like 3 years. Both these guys are on the downhill. Michael Chiesa is one of those nice guys that's going to actually respect Tony. And I feel like Tony's actually going to win this fight. Go and give me that plus 1,000 Tony by decision, guys. Plus 1,000. You hear this, guys? This is going to hit. I have the feeling that Tony Ferguson is going to do it for us. A plus 1,000 is going to hit tomorrow, and it's going to be because Tony Ferguson wins a close decision fight. I'm telling you guys. I just have a feeling. But watch me end up losing some money because Tony Ferguson. Like, I know this sounds crazy. I know this breakdown sounds crazy at this fight, but I just think Tony, if you're going to give me Tony Ferguson against a guy that hasn't won a fight either, that's almost on the same level as him on going downhill, I'm going to take Tony. Tony wants it way more than Michael does. So, a plus 1,000, I'm going to put a small wager on it, and if it hits, guys, we're going to be booming, and I'm going to be coming back on our next MMA video, and I'm going to be singing Tony Ferguson's praises. But at the same time, if he wins this fight, he should retire, but he won't. We all know he won't. But yeah, guys, I'm taking Tony Ferguson by decision at a plus one. I think this is a really close fight. It's going to be Chito Vera taking on Deiveson Figueiredo, and I'm not sure if I'm going to bet this one either. I think this is going to come down to just like the Joel and Elvis Brenner fight, that where if we're doing good in the card, I might throw something on the card on this fight, just to have some money on it, just so it'll be fun. But I don't know if I'm going to go for it, guys. It's like Marlon, I want to say Cheeto's going to win this fight, but he always starts way too slow. Like, he always loses the first round. I think this is a 3-round fight. It might be a 5-round fight. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but if this is a 3-round fight, he always loses the first round, and you can't do that against someone like Deiveson Figueiredo. But at the same time, Deiveson Figueiredo starts off really slow too, so I don't have a great read on this fight. I think it's a very close fight. If I had to pick, I'm going to pick Chito Vera to win this fight. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'm just going to say it right now. I'm not betting this fight, guys. I'm just going to sit there and watch it just because I don't want to lose any money on it, because I don't have a good read on it. I think it's a really close fight, but if I had to make a pick here, I'm going to this is going to be another 2-leg parlay, and I'm actually really confident in this one. I think this might be my most confident parlay of the day. Hopefully we don't get shitted on and lose this one, because I know it's greasy, but this is going to be Shara Bullet Magomedov taking on Mikhail Olesejczyk, and I think Shara Bullet's going to sleep Mikhail, honestly, in my opinion. Like, Or even if he wants to show off his grappling for the first time, I think he can do that too. But I think he's faster. I think he's stronger. I think he's got the more technical striking. I think he has the gas tank. I think Mikhail, I think this is gonna be his last fight in the UFC. I think he's gonna go out there and probably get knocked out in the first or second round, because I think he's gonna be stupid enough to stand there with Sharp Bullet. The person that's gonna beat Sharp Bullet is someone that's gonna shoot a takedown and ground control him and win this fight. But I think the UFC wants this guy to do good. He has a horror movie coming out there. He's starring as in a horror film. So I think they're trying to promote this guy. I think they want him to win this fight. I think he's gonna win this fight by knockout. I think he's gonna knock out Olasejchik. But it's not really that much. But as soon as Sharp Bullet fights a grappler that I'm like, all right, he's gonna shoot takedowns and he's gonna get him down, he's gonna lose, and I'm gonna be all over it. But for this fight, he's gonna be the first leg of a parlay. And yeah, guys, give me Sharp. It's going to be the second leg of the parlay, and it's going to be the main event of the night. It's going to be Corey Sandhagen taking on Umar Nurmagomedov. And the second leg of the parlay, we're going to be taking Umar Nurmagomedov. He's a minus 350 favorite. It's going up at the moment. It'll probably be going up a little bit more by fight time, but I'm actually really confident in Umar Nurmagomedov. I'm a huge Corey Sandhagen fan. I think he has one elite striking. I think he is a top 3 fighter in the division, but I think there's levels to this wrestling thing, and someone like Umar Nurmagomedov, I think he's going to be able to get the takedowns at will, and I don't think Corey Sandhagen's takedown defense is really that good, but this is going to be a really big test for Umar, and yeah, he's finding a really good striker. So if he can't get the takedowns, Corey Sandhagen might piece this kid up. But Umar has some good striking too. So don't act like Umar Nurmagomedov doesn't have some good striking. From what I've seen, he has some good striking. I'm not a fan of these guys. I don't like Umar Nurmagomedov. I don't like Khabib. And I don't like Islam. But what I can say is these guys are good. And I think he's going to be able to get the takedowns over and over again and control Corey Sandhagen. And yeah, we could see Umar Nurmagomedov fighting for the title next. And yeah, fighting the winner of Murzakanov or Sean O'Malley. And yeah, like I said, guys, I'm really confident in this parlay. This is going to be the second leg of the parlay with Sharp Bullet. And yeah, I think Umar Nurmagomedov's going to win this fight probably in a dominant fashion, either by finish or just a 50-45 scorecard at the end of the night. And all right, guys, that's going to be it for the UFC Fight Night in Abu Dhabi. And yeah, this fight starts at 9 a.m. in the morning, so let's get our bets off every day, as soon as possible before the fight card starts. Come back next week, guys, for our MMA events. We post MMA every single week. We're trying to break down at least something every single week. We post soccer every single day. Go to check out our soccer bets if you guys like soccer as well. And I'm out of here, guys. Like the video, comment, let me know if you guys have any bets. Subscribe to the channel. Come back and